pray for us too, that God may open a door for our message, so that we may proclaim the mystery of Christ, for which I am in chains. Pray that I may proclaim it clearly, as I should. What do you do on December the 23rd? I know this is a strange question, but what do you do? It's the day before Christmas Eve. Are you in a bit of a panicked frenzy? Why not just for a moment sit quietly, take a deep breath, refocus, recalibrate and reflect on the journey we have been on since the beginning of Advent? Pray for fresh eyes and a fresh outlook. This is essentially what we have been trying to encourage you to do throughout this Advent season thus far. Still, in another way, it's nice to make a special effort, especially today, to recalibrate our minds, our focus before Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. At this point, most of us are up to our neck in prep craziness. You might be feeling that once again that you are tumbling towards Christmas exhausted and possibly feeling a bit defeated. But why? Why does this happen? Where does this weight and pressure come from? It certainly isn't God. It is from the worldly philosophy of consumerism and materialism, which has gripped our societies and blinded us from the peace and joy this occasion is meant to instill. So is it time for you to get a reality check? Is it time for you to slow down and bow at the feet of the manger, reminding ourselves again and our families what it's all about and who it's all for? You might ask, okay, how am I to do that when everywhere I look, everything I watch, everything I read on Facebook, the newspaper, or any conversation that I have with friends or whoever is about, have I got everything ready? Have I got everything sorted? What are you doing at Christmas? Is it sad to feel exasperated at Christmas and what it has become? You might be an earnest Christian who would rather celebrate the unparalleled significance of Jesus' incarnation without all the frills and distractions of endless sales and endless Santa advertisements. A Scottish theologian called Donald MacLeod says this: every year the world and the church experiences Christmas. That curious amalgam of paganism, commercialism and Christianity which Western civilization has invented to tide over the darkest days of the winter. Christmas is a lost opportunity, a time when the world invites the church to speak, and she blushes, smiles, and mutters a few banalities with which the world is already perfectly familiar from its own stock of cliches and nursery rhymes. It is evident to us that the world has and is succeeding in making that which was once deeply Christian worldly. But worldliness invites we Christians, that's me, that's you, followers and lovers of Jesus, to speak of its deep truth and meaning for us and them. He observes in us a lack, a spirit of timidity or embarrassment, a lack of conviction. Donald MacLeod calls for in every believer is not to blush, merely smile and mutter a few trivialities. We should speak with clarity, confidence and conviction, in concrete, firm terms about why we celebrate and who we celebrate. proclaim and share the joyous occasion, the event, the day when God became man without ceasing to be God, that he might live among us as fully human and die the death we deserve. Let's make it understandable in our homes. Let's make it understandable among our extended family and our friends. The truth that Christmas is not just a sweet story for children, but the perforation of history by one from eternity. The intrusion and eruption of the eternal into the existence of man. Have the Christmas tree lights and the flashy advertisements obscured the brightness of the Son of God, the light of the world? It is much too precious to let it be dimmed or obscured. Should we have the same mindset as the Apostle Paul when he asks the Colossians to pray for his gospel ministry? Pray for us, too, that God may open a door for our message, so that we may proclaim the mystery of Christ, for which I am in chains. Pray that I may proclaim it clearly, as I should. If Christmas is obscured everywhere, may it never be so in our homes and churches. May its real meaning be spoken and displayed clearly, abundantly clear. With this witness, we must also be attentive in keeping ourselves and our loved ones from occupying themselves with anything that detracts from the God-man in the manger. The best is a return of clarity, a shaking off of all that binds and blinds us. The truth behind the miracle of Christmas, that God himself, in the person of Jesus, took a real human body and a reasonable human soul so that fully God and fully man, he might bring us humans from our mess to himself. So perhaps this year, the real miracle would be that we remind ourselves right now, in this moment, on December the 23rd, to pause, to allow ourselves to be still and silent, catch our breath, and intentionally seek fresh insight, revelation, enthusiasm, inspiration, allowing the true and real miracle of the God-man in our December 24th and 25th, central to our celebration.